All right, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Shady. Back with NBA 2K25. It's been a minute since I played this game. Actually, I think we canceled our last 2K stream. I forget. Maybe we didn't. I think we just did it on a different day. But yeah, my bad, y'all. A little bit later on this one, working late, so it's gonna be a Shady hour stream. Getting some gameplay in. I am in my NBA. Testing some changes here, but I know a lot of people are probably going to be pretty curious and intrigued by the title of this stream, and I wanted to talk about and just drop some thoughts for you all to ponder, especially the people that end up watching this one on the flip side. I know a lot of people are probably thinking like, oh, hey, this is a late April Fool's joke, but it's really not. It's one of those things where I feel like sometimes you say something and people view it as a joke, and then later on it seems a little bit, it seems crazy, and then it seems not so crazy. I wanted to talk about where Nikola Jokic stands all time, really. I was watching ESPN, and they had one of the Morris twins on there, and he said, oh, like Nikola Jokic isn't even top 20 all time. And I know that they've got some beef and all of that, but they probably got some beef. I'm not gonna lie with Jokic, the Morris twins, but it kind of reminded me of one of like I said, I know people are going to see this title and think, oh, well, this is an April Fool's joke, and it's not, but it reminds me of my April Fool's. It wasn't even a joke, it was just a comment that I made on April Fool's when I dropped my top 5 or 6 players all time. A lot of people were freaking out when LeBron wasn't in it, right? And so on every platform, I had multiple people reaching out, and you guys know me, I'm not like an internet guy. Like, I just like post stuff and leave. Like, I don't sit on the internet. I don't listen to, like, I just don't conversate much on the internet. And my logic behind that is, if you want to talk to me, come to one of my streams. I'm here. Like, you know, I'm here at least once a week. If you got something to say in the streams. I'm not going to sit here and argue back and forth with people in comment sections. But people started reaching out. I actually, in one platform, I thought I had my DMs closed and I don't. So that's just on me. And people, oh, like, what about the fact that LeBron James is this? The fact that LeBron James is that? And they just sent statistic after statistic after statistic. I said, when you argue with these people, you need like Microsoft Excel open. Like, it's crazy. But as I went through the week and the conversation with the Morris, and trust me, I'm going to tie this together, guys. Give me a sec. As the conversation with the Morris twins continued, there's people started talking about stats and, oh, like Jokic is better than this person at this, and higher effective field goal percentage and higher defensive box per minute and all of these things and higher PER than LeBron. And I said, watch this. This is all I'm going to say, and I'll leave it to you guys. Watch very closely, because what LeBron fans are doing is they're digging what you would call a pitfall trap. They are digging a hole that they cannot climb out of. And it's with their simple obsessiveness of stats. And sure enough, I thought it would take longer than this, but it hasn't taken that long at all. All of these statistical arguments that people are using to put LeBron James, let's face it, in conversations he doesn't belong in, are going to come back. I was going to say 20 or 30 years, but maybe 5 to 7 years later. And they're going to give a player, and maybe it's Jokic, maybe it's someone after Jokic, but these same arguments that they use to put LeBron James in some of these conversations, those very arguments are going to be used to put Nikola Jokic, in my opinion, at the top of the game. If Nikola Jokic continues on this pace, MVPs and statistical dominance and statistical just stat sheet stuffing, there's going to be some extremely uncomfortable conversations, because statistically, he's better than LeBron James was at the same age. And when you think about Jokic's game not requiring a lot of athleticism, I'm warning you guys, watch it closely. But anyways, that was just my thought and my response to the craziness of my April Fool's. Wasn't even a joke. It was just literally an April Fool's comment that riled up a lot of people. And you guys know me. Sometimes I forget. I don't know if I want to say forget. Like I feel like a small YouTuber. I am a small YouTuber, but some of the, some of the time, some of these things can kind of catch a wind on different platforms and kind of get crazy, but it is what it is. Shout out to everybody in the chat early. And obviously shout out to everybody who watches later. I'm going to get a game of 2K, and this game is actually on right now. So I'll see how this plays. I did make some slider tweaks. And if everything goes good, I'll probably reshare this start today. Cause I am in MyNBA, so I'll probably reshare this start today just to, kind of get people that want a more updated franchise file until I drop version 3 of my 2K sliders, just to give somebody some new stuff to test. So we'll get into it. I am playing as Curry and the Warriors, and we will see if I can get a W against this stupidly stacked Lakers team. Now, all new ratings, so you're going to have, Austin Reeves, I think, has been bumped up a bit. Bron is very good, obviously. And then, obviously, they've got Luka. But they don't have a whole lot of depth, so we'll see what we can do against these guys. All right, so I think I've got everything good to go. Oh, and another thing I always have to say, guys, with 2K, if it crashes, it crashes. Nothing I can do about it. We'll just have to restart the crap. I'll probably, if it does crash, I'm probably willing to restart this crap once, depending on how far into the game. If it crashes in the first half, I'll try and restart it. If it crashes in the second half, we'll just get back on and play another game. But as per usual, my 2K streams can't be too long because I do gotta get up for work in the morning, so just so you know that. Whoa, Jesus, that is loud. Hold on a minute, guys. Sorry. Why the heck is that so loud? Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Let me adjust the audio real quick. I was telling you guys last time I streamed, unfortunately, like all my crap got reset. So if something sounds weird or I sound off, let me know. I'll try and make some adjustments.
Ready for
we'll
some
go
NBA
from there.
action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brett Berry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge.
Sorry, just a second, y'all. Let
Check
me
out some stats for LeBron James.
And he's
get my chat pulled up.
Over the past 10 games, guys.
Again, shout out everybody early in the chat. Austin, you said, hey, Mike, do you know the Madden mod that lets Travis Hunter play both sides of the ball? No, you just got to put him on both sides of the ball in the depth chart using the franchise tool. It's not a mod, really. It's more like a tool.
Out there with Green, and it's Peyton in at the 3 spot. And for the Lakers, outside the wings are Reeves and James.
Isn't Gary Payton hurt?
Greg, we're sure to see a lot of quality basketball here tonight, given the veteran talent on both sides.
Yeah, tremendously high IQ.
All right, that was a jump shot, but I meant for it to be
so expect a clean game. And some of these
a lay, but it's all good. We got the putback.
In this league.
I'm gonna tell you, you said people called me crazy when I said he was better than Embiid back in 2019. I think it's a deep behind 3 from LeBron. Oh no. Crap. I think you're gaslighting me. I don't think probably 90% of fans think Embiid is better than Jokic.
Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player.
I don't even know who ever said that. I don't feel like anybody ever said that. I feel like that you might have kind of thought that one up in your head. I don't know. Unless it was me, which I still think you're crazy, but it is what it is.
Doncic with it. Now
oh, is that a block?
Doncic, no good. And so Curry will
would I be wrong if I said probably 9 out of 10 NBA fans? I think 9 out of 10 Sixers fans
would take
Jokic over Embiid. So I don't know about that.
Has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter, and plenty of contact on the shot. So
Shady, I know you agree that y'all got to trade Embiid. Time to build around Maxey and Grimes. I feel like
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's
like I feel like
definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference.
How do I put it?
Is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic.
I feel like that's just like a lazy talking point. You know what I mean?
Right there with the
If I feel like 90% of Embiid discourse is just like, I don't watch him, but I don't like him because I've been on Twitter too much, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it, but I just think most of the Embiid criticism is lazy, you know?
Here's Pajemski. He's defended by Reeves. The shot by Curry, no good.
Like, the dude's got to stay healthy. He's got to get healthy. He's got to stay healthy. That's not a... Oh, LeBron. Oh. Come on, don't flex on me and do all that.
Contact there. It's like nothing even hit him.
Oh.
You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of...
Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I just feel like people want to like make trades just to make them, and you don't think about like who you would actually get back in the actual trade. Like, if someone's offering 5 firsts for for Embiid this summer, do you think the Sixers listen? Probably. But what is Embiid's trade value if we don't know? Like, LeBron right here just gets the freaking blow by, and that's a ridiculous finish. I actually can't believe he finished that. I've been trying to do some changes as far as like balancing like when guys pull up and when guys attack. Obviously, it worked pretty well on that one. Not happy Jimmy got the early foul though.
Stands out to me about LeBron James.
But yeah, anyways, like, what is Joel Embiid's trade value coming off of knee surgery right now? Like, unless you just straight up fleece somebody, or you trade him for someone who's like an equal risk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, will the Pelicans take Embiid for Zion? You know what I mean? Like, how much leverage do you have in a Joel Embiid trade these days?
Here's Pajemski. Back to Green.
That was a little assist right there.
Green's got 6 points.
Well, Draymond's energy, guess what? It's here. It's in the game right now, and he's attacking.
Reeves outside. LeBron James on the wing.
I need help. I need help.
Basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And they've scored several times already here.
Again, it's like a running joke here that LeBron just wants to embarrass me every time I stream.
Out to Payton for 3.
I know he doesn't have the highest three-point rating, Peyton, but I feel like he's just always open. So when I kick it to him, I just have to shoot it every time.
He had it dialed in.
But at least that time he hit it.
Outside.
I gotta check. What is his three-point rating?
James with it.
Okay, LeBron. That's crap defense from Peyton, man. You're supposed to be my stopper.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report.
So sometimes what I notice is you'll see the... Oh, wow. Sometimes you'll see the CPU Oh, goodness.
I told our guys that we have to be right up.
All right, now I'm going.
To fight over screens and not allow him to feel comfortable out there. A huge task for any defense, and we'll see if this one is.
There it is. Sometimes you'll see the CPU be very aggressive in the first half, and then they kind of like just kind of pivot. And sometimes they're very aggressive with the 3. I find sometimes they're very aggressive with attacking. It looks like this time they're going to try and be really aggressive with LeBron, so that's interesting. We'll see if they actually get Luka involved.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met.
Okay.
And really, free throws were the story.
Butler deciding where to go with it. Over Vanderbilt. And it's Butler missing.
Well, they should
gotta get downhill with Butler.
To anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
All right, we might want to do something about the Luka versus Steph
display there. Doncic looking determined to finish no matter the contact.
And this is where the power rankings sort of lock in as we begin to look toward the postseason.
So, Mateo, what's funny is, and like I said, why I warned the LeBron fans is because I look at your comment and you said, like, NBA discourse from 2019
on a high note, but they do
to 2023, most casuals and experts said Embiid was the better player because of defense. So, number one, Embiid is a infinitely, like, a defensive player of the year caliber defense, and Nikola Jokic is getting subbed out of games.
Jimmy Butler's effective
Was getting subbed out of games on defense. So, like, let's not act like that's misinformation. Like, what are you saying? The discourse between Jokic and Embiid ended because Jokic won and Embiid didn't. I would hope you don't think it's anything but that. Like, I don't understand how you're acting like, oh, it was found that there's really not that big a difference between the two players on the defensive side of the ball. No. It's just when Embiid is kind of a shell of himself playing on one leg, he's kind of the same as Jokic as far as being a cone. And again, like, the reason I can see through a lot of this BS is, like, what you guys don't understand is I watch so much basketball, it's not even funny. So, like, I was watching, who was it? It was Minnesota and Denver. You guys know Minnesota, you know, kind of stomps Denver all the time. They got a lot of length, and they can really kind of get up in you and bother you with the length. And that's just the reality of the situation is that's been a, you know, I don't want to say like a thing that hurts Jokic, but he doesn't do a great job handling length. And because my logic is, if I'm long enough, I'm going to be there to bother and mess with everything you want to do, whether it's, I want that to be a three, whether it's, you know, passing or scoring. So my length can, you know, I can get up in you on, you know, those dribble handoffs, everything that you're trying to do with Jokic from, you know, that high post position. I can bother you with Gobert and, you know, all the guys that they can throw at you. You know, obviously they didn't have Naz Reid, and obviously the Nuggets didn't have Murray, but still, you know, that stuff, it matters. You know, because I don't know how many, but the Timberwolves have won several. What happened there? Oh, dang. Was that pass tipped, or was that just like a bad pass? That was so weird. It was like a bad pass, but it was actually a good pass. But what's his name? Reeves missed it. Anyways, what was I saying? So I actually forgot what I was saying. I was talking about Minnesota and how they beat the crap out of the Nuggets. But when I'm watching this game, the Nuggets were up like 16 points.
Yeah, made for TV.
And
here. Pace is great. Scoring is coming.
Minnesota works their way back into that game, and it's just you're playing with Jokic. No matter what people want to talk about, you're playing every single defensive possession 4-on-5. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, he is not a good defender. I don't know why I thought that was going to work. I was worried about the deep pass, but he ended up pulling it. So, like, when you look at Embiid, who, like, is healthy, is still giving you 32 a night. He's giving you elite rim protection. A lot of people don't remember literally last year when he had that crazy block on that Ja Morant dunk. Like, you know, he's very talented on the defensive end. I don't think anyone would deny that. Unless they were just being petty, and that's okay, because when it comes to Joel Embiid, a lot of people are just petty. So yes, Joel Embiid is an elite defender when he's healthy. He hasn't been healthy much. We know that. And he can still give you 32 plus a night. So it's definitely a conversation. Now, what Jokic does, obviously, is he's your system. And you can run. He's going to make everyone better because he draws so much attention. If you're doubling him, he's finding those looks off of those dribble handoffs. If you're not, he can score from basically anywhere. So, we're not discrediting Jokic and what he does, but to act like he's not a liability in the past and to this day is it's disingenuous. That's what it is.
Vincent, the pass to LeBron. Drills the three-pointer. And it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle...
Every single person said Joel Embiid's MVP was, like, irrelevant, which is weird to me because I thought he actually should have won the MVP the year before. So, I don't know. Like I said, it's unserious conversations. I rarely talk... It's funny. That's actually my running joke at this point. The two guys I don't talk about on the channel with you guys is Joel Embiid and Jalen Hurts because for some reason those guys just cause you guys to just lose it, and it's kind of funny that they both play for my team. And I actually think a lot of it. I think it is just people coming into my streams trolling. I think there's a lot of that, but man, it's funny. Like. I was late on that. But it's funny, like Philadelphia really's got some of the most hated athletes in the game. It's kind of crazy.
Solid defense from Butler to the middle. Here's Looney. It's all in by Los Angeles. Coming into this, having notched a win against.
I really like I really like here, and I'm sorry, you guys know I do pause a lot, but what I really like about this, I really like Kevon Looney here running the floor with me. I really like that. You guys know I've worked a lot on the transition game. I really like him getting back, and I got it to him in a position you like to help feed your bigs. But he ultimately couldn't finish. Another thing you guys will see here too, which is different. I am working on it. I am kind of experimenting with it. I did turn cutter help on. So I've turned cutter help off in the past 2Ks because I feel like it's been bad, but I actually felt this one wasn't that bad. We'll keep an eye on it because you can see here, Looney clearly has, what's his name? I don't know who that is on the Lakers. Can't tell. And then Hachimura came over and tried to help and did help. So it worked out that time. But you guys know sometimes the cutter help makes
yeah, they really snuffed that one out.
Makes them leave guys open from three sometimes. So we got to watch that.
Walk away with the W.
And we talk about gutsy wins, and on a night like that in the last game where they just did not shoot it well, that's a steal during a regular season.
Here's Looney after Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot. 6 to shoot. Spencer, the pass to Kuminga. And oh boy, a lot of contact.
Oh, I got the foul there. I was going to say what happened.
All right, Brent, quickly. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, Mateo.
This guy is so dominant athletically.
I don't mean because you know me. I don't just say stuff to be rude, but I don't base anything in my life off of either Twitter or ESPN. I'm not trying to be rude to you, but those are two things in my life that mean literally nothing to me. So I just think that comment is very dangerous. He's saying I'm talking about what I see on Twitter and on ESPN. I don't think either of those two sources are sources for credible information. And I think you guys see that because sometimes I'm not connected, and like there'll be things you guys are talking about. I have no idea what's going on because I don't look at Twitter and because I don't look at ESPN. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I watch too much sports to sit here and listen to Stephen A. Smith lie about watching basketball. He gets up every day. I'm not knocking him because he makes a lot of money. He's very successful. But he gets up every day and lies about watching basketball, and he doesn't do it. Charles Barkley doesn't do it. You know what I mean? These guys don't do it. I don't understand. You know what I mean? So, like, personally, it's like, let's see. Oh, like, do you see this on ESPN First Take? Oh, we out. Okay, never mind. We're back in.
That's a good one. Now, Hachimura.
I'm not gonna lie, I pressed the wrong button on that. I didn't mean to do that.
Doncic outside.
I was just trying to get out and run. Get Luka.
Goodwin feeling it out from deep.
Dang, that was deep.
And
That one was too deep.
Warriors trail by 9.
I want to get Kuminga going to the rim. Like, I want him to try to do a lob. Let me see if I can lob it to him.
10-point game against Memphis. Floats it up for
No,
Kuminga.
absolutely not. I don't know why I thought that was going to work. All right, I need Steph back.
Up top, Hachimura. Defended by Moody.
Hands up, Moody.
Doncic with it.
Oh, that's my
Moody
guy.
on
No.
him. Finney
Nice.
Smith can't get it to go. Looking at the
They
last
scored
game for the Golden State
36
Warriors, it was
points
a
in the
win
first
against the
quarter.
Grizzlies in Memphis.
So
Remarkable
I got to lock in.
consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Bro,
The interesting part was they took fire
what is
away
that
in
called? What is
game.
that show with
The
Shaq
defense
and
didn't make much
them
of
called
an
NBA on?
And here's
Is that what it's called? NBA on?
Knocks down the 3 ball.
What is that show called?
Doncic has got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch it, but I know they're like, you know.
Just 3 points. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Here's Kuminga. That one's in his first shot.
I know they're like highly respected inside the NBA. My bad. I don't watch that, and I'm not trying to be. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude. I don't watch that. You know what I mean? I don't watch it. I don't like Shaq. I don't like Charles Barkley. You guys, because you guys don't live here. Charles Barkley not even welcome in Philadelphia. You guys don't even. Oh, that's a terrible pass. What am I doing?
Yeah, feels like Christmas right
Yeah,
now.
that guy's not even welcome. You guys notice he's always talking about the Suns or something. He's not even. You don't see him at Sixers games. He's not even welcome here. You know what I mean? Because all he has to do is talk down on everything that we're doing here. Same thing with Shaq. Talks down on any big man that has ever had success. We saw it earlier in the week with the stuff he was saying about Jokic. So no disrespect. I know everybody loves that show. You guys got to understand when I'm saying this stuff, I don't say it to be in. I just, you know.
And the Warriors making a change here. Spencer's checked in. Warriors trail by 7. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball.
Come on, put it back, Kuminga.
Tries again.
There you
Lays it
go.
up and in. Kuminga's got 5.
Terrific effort on the glass. Love seeing Kuminga throwing his weight around.
Goodwin passes to Doncic. Goodwin sets a screen.
Oh, is
for
that my
Doncic.
guy? Yeah, it is. That's on
Fires
me.
for
My
3.
bad.
And
missed.
Moody pulls it down.
Okay, we getting back into this a little bit.
Here's Spencer.
I don't know who this Spencer guy is. I don't really know what to do with him. Let's get Moody going. Or no, that's Kuminga. My bad.
And a missed layup.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a
I did not know they do. Do they not like the Knicks?
Now,
Oh, I thought he was going to try and throw it down to Luka, and I stepped back.
The three-pointer.
And that's Connect's biggest
But yeah, I mean, come on, you guys have heard them. You know, they have nothing good to say about Embiid, so I don't watch them. I just respectfully, I don't watch that stuff. So, like, for example, when the Sixers play on national TV, which is pretty frequently, but obviously hasn't been lately because we've been hurt. I actually watch the games on mute. You know what I mean? It's just no disrespect, but I watch I'm the type of fan, like, I tell people all the time, as a content creator, right, I'll be playing a game like this, and for example, like, I'll be like, yeah, I don't know who this guy Spencer is, and people will be like, oh, you're a casual. I'm like, well, I don't think me not knowing a third string point guard on a team that's not local makes me a casual, because I watch every, dribble of my local team. Oh, that was almost bad. But those guys, literally, if you're not the Lakers or, basically the major teams, the Thunder, it just seems like they don't have anything good to say about you, and that kind of bothers me. I can't lie.
Defended by Moody. Reeves gets the bucket. Reeves has got his first basket of the night.
No, Mateo, it's not an argument. It's not an argument. It's just a preference. Like, it's not an argument. Like, that's what I tell people all the time. Everything doesn't have to be an argument. What are you doing? Oh, he missed. Great. Yeah, it's not an argument. Like, I don't think any logical NBA fan would take Joel Embiid over Nikola Jokic right now. But that doesn't change what I said in 2019, doesn't change what I say in 2022 or whatever, and it doesn't change what I'll say right now. I think Embiid's a better player if he was 100% healthy, but getting a player that's never 100% healthy and saying he'd be better than other people when 100% healthy doesn't make any sense. But like, you kind of made it like a victory lap, like all of those people were wrong when we said what we said. No, Jokic is still a liability on defense, and I still think Embiid is talented on defense, and that's all that matters. And as long as we are to this day still seeing evidence of the Nuggets losing games because of Jokic's defense, dude has a 60-point triple-double and they lost. You know what I mean? Obviously, people are going to sit here and blame Westbrook, but that's the people that didn't watch the game. Because I watched the Nuggets time after time again walk into the paint because the Nuggets don't have a rim protector and score and come back. I think they were down. It was 16 or it might have been 18. But I digress. I don't remember the exact details, but that happened. And at the end of the day, oh, why did I do that step back?
Now here's Moody.
Okay, Moody. Okay, never mind, Moody. So at the end of the day, that was my argument. It's still my argument. At the end of the day, man, winning is what the game is about, and I've been very consistent with that. It's about winning. You got to win. You can't take a guy that doesn't win and compare him to a guy that does. You can't. Now, if Embiid comes back and is perfectly healthy next year, whatever, blah, 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 and is averaging 35 and 2 blocks, I would start those conversations right back up. But you tell me if you believe that that's going to happen, because I don't.
He knows he's the go-to guy.
But what I will say is I've never seen, and that's one thing that's kind of, you know, I guess weird about NBA fans. I've never really seen people celebrate injuries the way they do around Embiid. That's weird to me, but that's just the standard with NBA fans. It's what they do. I like when guys are hurt, they're hurt. I don't know. It's just, I'm from a different era. So Grant Hill, like I never heard anybody say like, you know, some of the stuff they say about Embiid about Grant Hill or Greg Oden or Penny Hardaway. It's like, oh man, hey, I'm going to the rim with Steph. Oh, Jesus. Shouldn't have done that. Okay. Jackson Hayes.
Shot clock at 5. Lets it go
Money.
from deep. Good. Great play by
Got him on the pump.
to set it up.
But yeah, I don't know. Embiid's major deficiency is his health. I haven't really seen anything other than that, and it's weird. It's always going to be weird to me that people, like, you know, kind of root. I don't want to say root for injuries, but I don't know. Like, the energy around Joel Embiid is different than the energy around Brandon Roy, but their situations are the same thing. We don't know what Embiid is if he's healthy. We don't.
Pass to Payton. To the paint.
That was a good pass by me. Oh, lay it up. What are you doing?
Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans.
All those guys. T-Mac. Okay, LeBron. He's crazy. T-Mac, Penny. I can't put Kawhi in that conversation because he won already. You know, the good thing about Kawhi's situation is
he has 6.
Okay, I couldn't get Curry back door. What is this play?
Back to Curry.
Is he just going to jump on every pump fake? Steph is just going to do that? Okay.
Curry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
With so many years in the NBA.
And, like, that's just the... Oh, we out? Let's go.
He remains at the very top of his game.
Run it.
I think the best part about what we're seeing
gotta finish
Steph
that
right now, Kevin, is his competitive.
Do I agree with them shortening the season length? No, they got these dudes got to play. I don't know what was like. These dudes got to play, and it's still not. You know, that's everybody. That's the Sixers too. Nobody remembers Nobody remembers Danny Granger. Nobody remembers him from the Pacers. Dude was a literal. I don't know if I want to go superstar, but it sure seemed like the Pacers had a superstar before Paul George. And the injuries, it happened. A lot of people don't remember. A lot of people don't remember.
Great job of that. LeBron is just
But
right now.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, listen, I don't know how to fix the NBA's issues. You know, everybody talks about how this era is the best, but these dudes can't play. And I don't mean play like talent wise. I mean like longevity wise. Like, you look at LaMelo, he doesn't stay healthy. Like these guys, Zion. Someone in the chat says Zion. What's going on? So is shortening this? Because I don't think shortening the season is the solution. Because I think if you shorten the season to 50 games, then guys are going to be playing 40 games. So why do we need the season shortened all of a sudden? What has happened that now we can't play the season? If you guys can provide me with some literature that gives me
Golden State needs to get off a shot. Here's Butler. And foul.
Was that a foul? Okay, nice. If you guys can, give me some literature and some actual data, why can't we play anymore? Like why can't we play?
What the culture of your team is all about.
And so Butler nails both of them. And Jimmy Butler put together, Brent, one of the all-time.
Oh, well, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't want to, derail the conversation. Can we talk about how... And again, I know a lot of these guys are Nuggets fans, and I've said that group, that's a weird group, by the way. I stand on that. It's a group of weirdos. But, dang. But where are all of my people that were saying Joel Embiid was faking injuries?
When they overcommitted.
Where are these guys? Where are they at? I can't find them for some reason. Can I hear from them real quick? These guys said he was faking injuries.
Looking for Peyton, he gets it there. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
GP2.
A lot of people don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Embiid in the beginning of the year get fined or something for saying I'm not going to be able to play back-to-backs? When the dude had a... when the dude had to have a knee surgery, and they're just like, let's find him because he's load managing. Like I didn't forget that stuff. Don't act like I forgot. A lot of the stuff people were saying.
There's 14 seconds left in the first half.
Okay, they're really throwing this to Jackson Hayes. The Jackson Hayes post up? That's crazy.
Great D that time from Green. No one near Curry as he.
Oh! Did he make that?
And that three makes
was that on time?
More interesting here as we head to halftime. They are not going away.
That was tough. Oh, heck yeah, that's in. And then, of course, there's no reaction from the crowd. Yeah, they tried to suspend him and PG for saying that. Yeah, I remember. But yeah, DJ, I'm with you. You got no defense being played. Got a lot of injuries going on. So to answer the question, it's complicated. And let's not blame just the players, because the players have communicated that the teams are trying to push load management on them sometimes.
He has been getting it done.
What's there to say? LeBron is getting anything he wants out there. This is just the kind of dominant performance we've come to expect.
Let's look now and see how teams.
NBA discourse is a joke. Now, unfortunately, it's led by mainstream media because they have all the influence and platform. I agree with that. Draymond hating on the All-Star game. People calling Shea a free throw merchant.
Yeah, this is when you
Why can't we just be positive and celebrate basketball instead of hating and nitpicking 24/7? Like instead of wow, Shea dropped 50, it's immediately, but how many free throws did he shoot? That's BS. So yeah, and Mateo, I've obviously experienced that as a Sixers fan dealing with Embiid and Harden, but
basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far.
Man, dude, my response to that, you're not 100% wrong, bro. But because you guys know me, I'm a Shea fan. Like I said I think he should be the MVP. I like Shea, and I thought he was the MVP last year. Leading the league in steals. I thought that mattered, but boy, does he flop a lot, man. Like I can't even lie. Boy, does he flop a lot, and it's not even like LeBron type flopping. It's just like going up for shots and not trying to score, like the sideways jump, mid-range jump shot. Like, boy, does he do, like, he does that a lot, man. Like, I can't just ignore that, Jalen Brunson does it a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like this stuff affects the watchability of the game. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like that stuff isn't happening. So I understand what you're saying. A great opportunity for a three-point play. But Shea dropping 50 don't look like Allen Iverson dropping 50 the way it used to look. And if that's hating, then I'm hating. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that matters, dude. The heck was that? And he made it.
Reeves has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Yeah, Jay, I gotta push back on that because he's not in. Well, he attacks the paint a lot. So I'm not gonna say he doesn't attack the paint.
Back to Curry.
But
pass to Green.
Oh crap! Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. But I give streamers who can multitask and stream and talk a lot of credit because this crap I've never been good at it. I'm good at multitasking in real life, just not with 2K.
To the middle,
but Shea is not in the paint as much as Giannis, because Giannis, of all the people, he always leads the league usually in attempts.
They trail by 6.
I think it's a lot.
His game come playoff time, Brent. It is a thing of beauty.
No. I'm not. It's. I want to emphasize here. There's a big difference. Like, I want to emphasize. So first and foremost, Alton, I don't ever go there. I played basketball. I played varsity basketball. I don't know if that should count. Like, I went to a small Christian school, so it's like I don't feel like talking basketball.
Hayes has got 8 points.
I don't feel like playing basketball makes you any more qualified to talk it, just because, like, we were just ripping on Shaq and Chuck for not knowing what they talk about. And they Hall of Famers, right? So I try to just be careful with that. But I do actually want to.
One aspect of his game.
I do actually want to kind of push back.
He hasn't shown that same creativity with the basketball that we'd seen from him earlier.
A little bit on that. Shea and
Green passes to Curry.
Yeah, nah. Shea and Brunson manipulate the refs, and it's so much so to the point where you often have to wonder, like, sometimes when they go up, if they're even trying to score, right? I would also say a lot of things. Okay, literally throw it right to the CPU. A lot of things that, like, people don't talk about, because I want to push back a little bit on this, because people have been kind of trying to start this narrative, and I've been watching basketball too long to let people get away with this crap. Like, kind of like the unguardable thing, right? The reason Shea is unguardable, and I just want to say, is simply because they stopped calling carries. And a lot of people don't understand why that's such a big deal. But the hezzy that Jordan Poole and Shea and Brunson do a lot, it makes you unguardable, because we don't know if you're shooting or attacking the ball. And regardless of anyone's opinion on that, it's in the rule book. So let's, like, you know what I mean? Let's kind of pump the brakes on that. They manipulate the refs a lot. I'm not doing this. Like, come on. Like, it's gotten a little bit to be a lot. You know what I mean? They said they were going to stop calling the Jalen Brunson jump sideways thing. They didn't. You know what I mean? The whole, because at this point, it's not even like the pump fake. It's Jalen Brunson drives by you and jumps backwards. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like that's an NBA play and people don't have a right to say, I don't want to sit here and watch these guys shoot free throws all night. So I'm not doing that. I get sometimes they get too much slack, but I think where we stand right now, it's hurting the game. And you know, I mean, I stand by that, and I'm gonna be honest, I think the ratings show that. I don't think that's just an opinion. I think the ratings show that.
Oh, LeBron's just too strong inside. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
I mean, and again, so for me, in my opinion, the biggest culprits of that, we're looking at them now. Steph does it a lot, but for me, the people that I watched and saw do it the most, I don't think anyone's worse than Jordan Poole. Like, Jordan Poole is the one that does it the most. The blatant whole hand under the ball carry
to keep themselves in the game.
The three for Doncic. Good for basket.
So I'm like, did he get hurt? Oh, he did. I'm like trying to run back with Jimmy, and I'm like, where is Jimmy?
Number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
Dang.
Well, he now has 4.
Well, now I'm in trouble.
This game, guys. 2 in the
By logic, I could say Jordan would average 50 today. Imagine the amount of foul calls Jordan would get in the modern era with foul baiting. I mean, dude, Jordan averaged 38 in a year where the team was scoring like 89 points a game. And I'm exaggerating, but only a little bit. So I don't like, if you look at it and say, like, I don't know, I'll just put an arbitrary number on it and say, like, Jordan was averaging 40% of the team's points, and now teams are scoring 120 a night. 50 points for me is not out of the realm of, oh my God, why am I throwing so many interceptions? Sorry, guys, I'm rusty. These dudes are kicking my butt. But luckily, they're actually not making a lot of their shots. So, yeah, I've been on the record. I mean, you don't have to go as far back as Jordan. I think players like Tracy McGrady and Allen Iverson would. I mean, dude, if Iverson had the freedom that they have now, I don't know. I can't. You know, I can't say. But that also gets into the other debates where it sounds like we're trying to discredit the current players, and I'm not. You guys know me. I like this era of players. But I do have to call out everybody. Everyone does it. Embiid does it. LaMelo does it. Like I said, what's his name? What's his name? Jordan Poole does it, right? Like, that's a big problem with today's game. And I want to say this because someone did point it out, and I've been one of the few people that are willing to point it out, but a lot of people, one of my biggest gripes is you've heard people say, oh, well, they're not going to get that call in the playoffs. Why the frick do we have basically NBA basketball is a completely different game in the playoffs versus the regular season? And then we have the audacity to sit here and complain about ratings. Well, if you called the game the same, regardless of the stage, well, maybe the ratings wouldn't be where they're at. I'm just saying. We're saying we've got a ratings issue. We're saying we want to improve the game.
LeBron with it. Kuminga picks him up.
No way.
And the Lakers get it back.
Yeah, the three-pointer.
I'm just throwing some ideas out there that might be able to help. But in my opinion, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is my MVP. He was my MVP last year. We'll see who wins it this year.
Back to Curry.
Yeah.
Floats it up for Kuminga.
Finally.
Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
What a setup for Kuminga. All he has to do is rise
Like,
up.
because no, I'm serious. Like, yeah. So, you know, I don't know if any of you guys heard the, like, oh, like, we would, what were they saying? They're like, oh, yeah, Steph Curry couldn't play in the 80s. We would kill him. We would beat the crap out of him. And I'm like, you didn't beat the crap. Like, what about John Stockton? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what about Mark Price? Like,
they kick it out to Green. Outside, Kuminga.
you know, like their builds are similar to Steph.
Outside, off the mark.
So, like, let's not get crazy.
That kind of look too often.
Let's not get crazy with it, but I think it's okay to point out the differences in the eras without being a straight-up hater.
Peyton's there, and it's LeBron missing. Warriors trail by 13. Curry in the lane.
Now, LeBron's saying Giannis would score 250 points in the 70s. Like, for example, like, we always say, like, oh, hey, so-and-so, like, you don't play basketball. This person knows more than you. I don't know if LeBron was just being facetious, because a lot of times he is. He's trying to manipulate the media. But someone like LeBron James should know if Giannis ever, and I mean this, if Giannis got a rebound
Outside, Green.
and tried to go coast to coast with it,
James against Peyton. Curry outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. Curry's got
you
10
would see a
points in just the
TV
second half.
timeout,
And really the scoring this quarter
right?
has been just
And when you
off the
came back
charts,
from the
doing all
TV
he can
timeout,
to bring 'em back.
Giannis would be in the stands handing out popcorn.
Outside, James.
That's what would happen if Giannis tried to take a rebound, a defensive rebound coast to coast.
Stop him, especially on the drive.
And this
He
is his
would be
second
in
to the
the
line
third
tonight.
row
And
handing
Los
out
Angeles
popcorn
with some changes.
because
Connect
that's just not how the game was
for
played.
Hayes.
So
Goodwin comes in
I
for
felt like that
Austin
comment from LeBron was very disingenuous. I feel like he's smarter than that. I feel like he was being facetious. I feel like it, but then again, I don't know. Because like I said, I've heard Chuck, I've heard all of these guys make comments that I'm like, come on, man.
Now here's Looney, guarded closely. Here's Moody.
That was not a good
They get it back. Jackson Davis.
possession.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
My boy DeMar would be a superstar if he played in that era. I think DeMar would be DeMar if he played in that era. I think Jordan would be Jordan if he played in this era. That's how I think about it.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
I don't feel like he would be any different. I think LeBron would be LeBron. I think Steph would be Steph. I think Steph would be a heck of a player, but he would shoot way more mid-ranges than he does threes. Because if you think Steph Curry, no matter how good of a shooter, was going to be shooting 14 threes a night in 1983, you got another thing coming.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
And the Warriors making a change here. Spencer's checked in.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't.
The only
just
good one
last
here, I'm
tonight.
still
This
laughing about your
might be 2
comment
weeks,
about the
2
dude's
months,
shorts.
something like that.
Let's find out the news on Jimmy Butler. Dave, what's
So
the
yeah,
update?
guys are definitely more skinny, but you got to think, like we said, guys can't play the way they used to, so you don't need all that muscle mass. Somebody like Karl Malone, what good does it to be built like Karl Malone today?
Yeah, now they have the information they need to take the.
Okay, now go back. And what if Giannis had to defend? You know, Giannis is, I think we all agree Giannis is a great defender. Oh, by the way, I should say, just to be completely random and throw you guys off, I like Giannis over Jokic at all times, by the way. I don't think Jokic is a better player than Giannis. I always have him over Jokic. I don't know why he just like immediately gets brushed over, but I digress. But anyways, we take Giannis as somebody who we know to be an elite defender. Now, what if he had to guard Karl Malone? He's going to bother him with his length, but man, Malone might put Giannis in the rim a couple times down, you know? So, so those are the pros and cons. Like, players just aren't built that way. But you could argue a lot of the power forwards from yesteryear don't shoot the ball good enough to do
He's covered by Hachimura.
what power forwards do today. Which, let's be honest, power forwards and small forwards these days are barely any different. It's almost like, I know we talk a lot about positionless basketball, but it's not wrong. A lot of these guys, there's not a lot of difference between what you're asking your 3, 4, and 2 to do.
That is part of his game.
Three-pointer heel.
That's another buzzer beater. Come on, can we get a fourth quarter run going?
Stay patient, wait for the opportunity, and boom.
That's exactly.
Can we get a fourth quarter run going?
Quarter two with some confidence.
And so it's LeBron James. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go.
Again, my whole
perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas.
My whole
basketball.
I'm just saying it's the same thing. Like, this argument doesn't change. It's just when it comes to this era of basketball and this era of fan, people seem to not understand what defense is. And I get a lot. I think it's because so little of it is played, but I just don't understand how you can take a guy that can score 30 consistently. I don't know if he can shoot or not, so I didn't shoot it. Oh, and I got ripped.
And now the fast break. Hachimura with the ball.
I tried to block it. Oh, I stopped him. Yes. Excuse me. A guy that can score 30 and be a dominant force on the defensive end, for some reason, to fans today, is exactly the same as a guy that scores 30 or scores 28 and 26 and plays no defense. That'll never be normal to me, but that's your average NBA fan for you today. Mateo, you said that's why I rank players in tiers rather than places. I used to be the biggest Bron hater, but now I see how dumb that is. I just put Bron and MJ in the same tier, two guys that would dominate any era. Yeah, that's crazy to me. But yeah, that's crazy to me, but I don't know what to say to that, because like I think I don't even agree, like, so like what is your basis of dominance? Because LeBron, like what is the basis of dominance? Because you're not dominating winning rings, so what what is that about? Like LeBron's not a dominant ring winner, so how is he in the same tier as Jordan? Like, what are we talking about? Like, if you're just talking statistical dominance, okay, connect. Sure, I can't say anything about that. That's how I started the video. But he's like, what? I don't get that.
Yeah, Kevin spent 2 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I.
No. But I'm saying you said dominance, and it's like one didn't. I don't know. Like, I gotta ask the LeBron fans. That's a question for you guys. Like, because and I gotta say too, LeBron fans for some reason value finals appearances. So they say, oh, LeBron played in 100 straight finals. So, and I don't think, you guys know I don't think that way. If you didn't win it, what the heck are you bragging about getting there for? But I don't know. I don't know. I can't call someone dominant who doesn't like. Do we know what the word dominant means? Like, when there's another guy that has a better finals record against you, that's not dominant to me. You're not dominating me if I'm beating you. And no matter what criteria people want to attach to that, KD, Clay, or whatever, that's the results. So I that's not dominant. I can't. Steph Curry killed dominance for me. Like the NBA moved to the Golden State Warrior style. It didn't move to the LeBron James style, right? So I if one person's more dominant, I would have said it's the person that the whole league copied.
Lakers leading by 12.
You get what I'm saying? So you know, I just really struggle with dominance, or when used in that context. If it's statistical dominance, if it's longevity dominance, sure, but I can't watch one guy lose to another dude that many times and say he's dominating an era. That's not my definition of the phrase.
And Moody pulls it down. Warriors trail by 10 with the drive, and Curry has it in the corner. And so the ball out of bounds. Reeves touched it last.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Looney. Jimmy Butler comes in for Trace Jackson-Davis. And it's Brandon Pajemski.
Come on, Kuminga, what was that? Wait, what? Did that get blocked? This dude just airballed a layup, bro. What the heck?
For Moses Moody. The Lakers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field.
Oh, no, get back to him.
Reeves finds Doncic. Reeves with the screen on Curry. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
I would say it is easy to get to the finals when you team up with 2 of the other top 5 players in your draft class. I think it should be easy, but I digress. You know what I mean?
Up top, Curry. Beyond the arc. Good.
Like I guess the Lakers season isn't seen as a failure if they don't make the finals this year. Is that what you're saying?
Might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can.
Because my expectation for the Lakers is they should be in the finals. You have Luka, who was just in the finals.
Butler, a screen on Doncic.
Why not adding the alleged GOAT not get you back to the final? I don't. Yeah, I'm just playing you guys this game.
Shoot around with all the threes they're allowing.
It's stolen by Green. Here's Butler.
Oh, I tried to get him on the pump. No.
They've led by as many as 14 points.
I should have won this game, guys. I just am turning it over so much. I need to hit that crap.
Right on target. And the Lakers lead by 9.
Nah, Jay, as a Bron fan, you can't stay out of the conversation. She said, I don't value rings the most. I value player success, accolades, and status over championships. I think most LeBron fans think that way. I don't think you're unique in that. I think that's the only way. Is that fair? Like, if your goal in a conversation is to, that's why I said it that way. If your goal in a conversation is to make someone the GOAT, LeBron the GOAT rather, you have to value longevity and stats more than winning. You have to, because LeBron hasn't won at a very good level, realistically. That's not a slight. It's just what we saw. Like I don't like people think I'm trying to talk. I'm just clamped here. Crap. It's not like a slight. It's just what happened. You know what I mean?
Doncic will bring it up for LA. They have a 9-point lead.
So, like, I was just saying, like, that doesn't make anything wrong with you. 90% of LeBron fans, who a lot of people these days are, that's how they think. They say, oh, well, it's not about winning. It's about longevity and stats. Because that's the way to get LeBron into some conversations that, in my opinion, he doesn't belong in. That's just me.
Outside Curry. From the arc.
Dang, that might have been a little bit too deep. Because, if I want to go back and say, like, hey, like, what if Kobe Bryant had teamed up with Paul Pierce and Allen Iverson? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what would have happened? I don't know.
Butler's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Pass to Kuminga. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Luka Doncic.
Well, Mateo, now see that you never heard me say. I commented that yesterday on one of my posts. Some dude was trashing KD. You guys know me. I don't trash KD. I've never trashed KD. I've never trashed you guys. That's one thing on this channel. You guys have never heard me trash KD. I refuse. I'm just not going to do it. So, oh, no. Crap. I was looking at the chat. I sold. You know what I mean? I just, because in my opinion,
He is capable of
KD was a victim of the internet. The dude, I think, you know what I mean? Like, I think I wanted that to be a 3, but all good. I really think KD let outside appearances hurt him. Now, I'll give you a perfect example. I'm not KD, guys. I don't want anyone to leave this chat or listen to this soundbite and think I'm saying I go through the same thing as KD. I'm not. I don't. And I'm not KD. But if you guys gotta understand, my super duper small YouTube channel with 40,000 subscribers, I get tens of thousands of comments a week or a month. You know what I'm saying? And I know it would be more popular if I said and did certain stuff. But I don't do that stuff because I don't care. I'm me. Like, you know, I don't care what people think or don't like me because I think Embiid is better than Jokic. I don't care. It's just what I think. And me saying Embiid is better than Jokic means he's better to my city because I live here, and he's better to my community because he does charities here. That's what that means to me. I don't care if people agree with it or don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying with that. Kevin Durant, I really think that crap got to him. The cupcake, bro, I would have been on the Golden State Warriors, bro, with 8 rings. And y'all would have had to just crucify me. I don't know. I would have been on Golden State with 8 rings. Remember when they won the parade, and even the GM made a comment about Kevin Durant. That GM wouldn't have had a job the next year if it were me. A guy like me, that GM would have been missing. Oh, well, the Warriors got rid of their GM. Yup, would have been missing. Draymond Green, that boy would have been shipped. He would have been in Portland. He would have been gone. I would have got him traded. Me or him. Nah, but KD just cares about the internet too much. What the heck I look like? Y'all know how much? Man, let me explain something to y'all, man. What I look like, trying to give y'all an example, bro. Like, you know, I work in the tech industry. I don't know if this is the best example. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was doing, like, I don't even know if I should, like, go into that. But, like, I'll just use this example. Like, imagine me, a company that's bigger than who I work for now, paying more, double-digit rebounds now in the game, and my coworkers being like, "Oh, Shady left us for Google. He just wanted to go to Google because that's where all the best people are, and that's who makes the most money." That's not the great example because I did interview with Google, and they are just. Let me not even get into that. But, like, what do I look like making my life worse for a bunch of people I don't know? I don't know. I don't know. Floats one up. Doncic converts right through the defense. I don't know. I'm just saying, if KD were me, I would have been in Golden State. Right there. Here's Curry. 5 or 6 rings, 4 Finals MVPs. Los Angeles has gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5. But man, I'll tell you, nothing hurt KD more than that Warriors ring versus Boston. Outside, James. 6 on the shot clock.
Oh, he sold it. This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Now, you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise. And I just love the
make him throw it to Luka. Make him throw it to Luka.
That Steph has in these kind of moments. Get the ball to him, he'll do it to you every time. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
All right, well, Mateo, I can't agree with that. Have you heard of a gentleman named Jalen Hurts?
Basket here, and this game may be all over.
I can't agree with that.
Priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And
wow, he made both.
It's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
And counted. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Oh, man, the baby-faced assassin stepping up right there. Such a great score, and what a situation for Steph to get it done.
And that's an intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he cannot
Finally, his dude missed one.
That misses.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
Come on, give me something. Oh my gosh.
Butler a screen on Reeves. The three.
I wasted so much time.
Vanderbilt with the rebound. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Curry outside. Nails the trade.
And obviously,
Dang.
his momentum
That's
from
gonna
the
do
last
it.
game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities.
I will never
to stay
understand
with that
the
confident
hate
play.
LeBron gets. Why can't we just accept
So
he's one of the
Los
GOAT
Angeles taking the
in our
W.
lifetime, and he had one of the most successful careers of all time?
I mean,
Yeah, I think everyone accepts that, actually. I don't think there's anyone on the planet that thinks LeBron James isn't one of the 5 best players to ever play
what's gonna happen
in his
now
own
is this
era,
thing gonna play out.
right?
A chance now to celebrate
However,
with Aldridge.
his fans can't accept the fact that there are people that don't have him at the top,
That'll wrap it up, folks.
and that's where the arguments start. I've never, like, you know what I mean? Like, people see like my list, and so if you look at the list of this era, I have LeBron second in the era. I'm literally saying he's the second best player to ever step foot on the court in this era. Look at the comments. Look at the attacks. Look at the attacks on my character. They're saying they're gonna kill me, calling me, homosexual expletives and all that, because I said your favorite player is the second best player in the world. I get death threats under posts. You get what I'm saying? So what we're not gonna do is act like the people who aren't LeBron fans are the ridiculous ones here. We're gonna keep it completely kosher. There's a group of guys that don't accept that we don't view him the same as they do, and that's perfectly okay. That's perfectly okay. But see, not your average 10K. My point is, you can have them wherever you want. It's just your list. You don't gotta have the dude at the same spot that everybody else has them. You have them wherever you want. It's a free country. It's a free country. The only good one here, LeBron did many stuff that's unethical and unprofessional. Well, unethical is pushing it, in my opinion. I don't know if I can, like, is flopping unethical. There are a lot of people that flop. Is getting on the best team unethical? No, it's unprecedented. He was the first person to do it. To that extent, like I said, I don't think anyone's ever gonna, I had people saying, oh, Kevin Durant is going to the Warriors is the weakest move in NBA history. I think Stephen A. Smith said that. When you have a guy that teamed up with 2 of the top 5 players in his own draft class, that to me is the weakest in NBA history. But I digress. 15 and 20 is insane. No, it's not. It's really not insane, depending on what you value. I think I would have LeBron anywhere from 10 to 15. But I would have to know what you mean by unethical. I don't know if I could say he did stuff that's unethical. He can do stuff that I don't prefer, but and by the way, guys, I think where this should go is, first of all, I want to be perfectly clear. If you don't have Michael Jordan as the GOAT, there's nothing wrong with that. I've never said you have to have Michael Jordan as the GOAT. I just said you don't know basketball if you think LeBron is better than Jordan. I don't care. I don't care if you have Michael Jordan 26, LeBron is 27. That's all I said. It's just you can't compare those two players head to head. It doesn't work. You have to discredit winning. You have to discredit, who you played with. You have to do all that. And we had a LeBron fan earlier say, hey, I don't think winning rings is the end all be all. And that's perfectly fine. That's his view. He values longevity. He values statistical totals. And that's perfectly fine. Yeah, West Baltimore, you came into the conversation late. I'm not going to rehash that whole thing. It's not crazy if you don't have LeBron in the top 3. That's why it's your list. You can do whatever you want with it. He's not my top 3. But yeah. Like, there's so much stuff if you break it down. Like, LeBron having the largest finals loss margin in NBA history versus the Spurs. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can go so deep into that stuff. It's not really that close, but that's perfectly okay. I just, your list, this is exactly what I was telling people. Your list is your list. My list is my list. My suggestion, I tell people that all the time, make a YouTube channel. Make a YouTube channel, make a list, make people care about it. I don't know. You know what I mean? This is what it is. In my opinion, he's better than Jordan, man, as a player. That's fair. That's your opinion, right? It just can't be backed up by really anything other than he played longer, which would naturally, I don't know. Other than he played, I don't know what you could be looking at. I like with the LeBron fans, I don't know what they look at. Like, I just think there's how do I put this? I'm sorry. I'm trying to be more to the point, but you ever notice LeBron fans can't look at number A and they can't look at letter A and letter B, right? They say, oh, well, letter A is actually not this, right? You ever notice that in every comparison? They don't really do any head-to-head comparisons. All this is, oh, well, Michael Jordan's steals numbers are altered. Oh, well, Michael Jordan actually didn't win that much. Oh, well, Michael Jordan didn't, you know what I mean? It's always an they try to alter the truth. It's like a new phenomenon that, oh, well, Michael played against plumbers. It's no, he did what he did, and the other guy did what he did, and it wasn't that good, right? You know what I mean? It just is what it is. It just is what it is. That's just the facts. And I'm sorry that hurts some people's feelings, but that's just what happens. That's how people feel. Wasn't a better passer than Bron. He's very close, actually. I think there's almost no difference. Really, everybody knows in the 1 year that Michael Jordan was asked to play the exact way LeBron played his whole career, he averaged 38. Yes, very close, Baltimore. He averaged, 38, 8 and 8? You know what I mean? It was just easy. The 1 year that, the 1 year he was asked to play the style of ball LeBron played, that wasn't, it wasn't Jordan's role. You know what I mean? I don't know. Someone can Google it. I'm not a spreadsheet guy like these other guys are, but I don't know. Someone can pick it up. He averaged 38, 8 and 8, something like that. You know what I mean? Whenever he's asked to play, so he's very close as a passer. And okay, if you guys want to argue, since, I know I can get you guys with this. Larry Bird as well. I'm not going to go as far as to say he's a better passer than LeBron, but if Larry Bird was asked to play the game, LeBron's allowed to play the game. Guys weren't allowed to play the game like that. One of the best passers I've seen personally. I'm just saying, Larry Bird was one of the best passers I've ever seen. So a lot of people get mad at me for saying that. A lot of people get mad at me for having Larry Bird in my top 5. I don't care. I'm not taking him out. That is just, I saw it. I didn't see it live. Obviously, I'm not that old, but from what I've seen, if that guy was asked to play the game the way LeBron played his whole career, come on, man. I have Larry Bird over LeBron. It's not some. It's just me. I know that's not a popular take. I don't do it to be popular. I don't do it to be popular. It's just, again, for me, it's just the way LeBron's teams are formatted. So, Passer and I have KD and Bron over Larry. Yikes. Well, West Baltimore, I can use that same logic against pretty much any LeBron fan. What do you mean? I mean, a lot of this stuff is, every time I hear, somebody talk, it's, oh, well, so-and-so was playing against plumbers. I don't, that has never been, that's never been the way that, like, come on, sports is all hypotheticals. What do you mean? Who's going to win? Who's your pick? Oh, well, what if why did this happen? What if so-and-so hadn't gotten hurt? I don't, I'm just saying, like, I can't do that. There's a lot of, like, people don't like it. But a lot of people compare eras, bro. That's a big part of sports. Oh, scratch. That's a big part of NBA. NFL, we don't compare eras. And I think that's why NFL's better. You don't have people going back and saying, oh, well, Kurt Warner wasn't playing against, you know what I mean? Like, no one says stuff like that. Mateo, that's the best take I've ever heard. If I'm being honest, I've never really heard that before. If I'm being honest, I've never heard anyone make that point before. I missed the first part of your message, but I never really put two and two together. A lot of people don't remember Brook Lopez in Brooklyn. He was I don't know if I would say dominant, but a all-star caliber. I don't know if he made the all-star team, so don't choke me, but an all-star caliber 20 and 10 type player with a really strong basket completely changed his game to stay in the league. I think I don't know if that's fair. 3-and-D, rim protector, to play next to Giannis, can space the floor. If he could do it, you don't think Michael Jordan could have a consistent shot? But, that's semantics, right? We don't know if Shaq, that's like saying, like, Shaq could have, like, you know what I mean? Like, could Shaq, like, I don't know. Like, that I don't know. Like, we'll never really know. Now your average 10K, you said, why doesn't Bill Russell get the same treatment for GOAT with winning 11 rings, but we always talk about Jordan or Bron? I never understood that. If us fans only care about wins or rings or winning, I have Bill Russell in my top 10, so I can't answer that question because I'm not in that that category. West Baltimore, no, you don't get to do that. I'm calling you out right there. That's too small a sample size. No, it is not. The sample size is the sample size. You just said, if you scroll up, hold on, what did you say? You just said there's no hypotheticals in sports. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. If it did, it did. So that happened. No, we're not doing that. You can't go sample size on me. You just said if it happened, it happened. What do you mean? What do you mean? Al Horford did do it. Heck yeah. I think Bill Russell's incredible. I'm not Mateo. I'm not educated on that. I don't know what happened between Will and Bill Russell. This is before my time, bro. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't know what those guys were doing. I wasn't watching the games. I haven't watched the games. I just know those guys were freak athletes. Wilt Chamberlain would be the best athlete in sports right now if he you know what I mean, if he came into league today, he would be one of the, I think he would be the most athletic center in the league right now. I don't know if any of you guys have seen these Wilt Chamberlain highlights that have been going around, the Bill Russell highlights with him jumping from the free throw line. These dudes, you know, all of that plumber talk, that like come on guys, I'm urging you, go look at the film, go watch. No, hey, Baltimore, you're 100% right. I that's why I defer. I haven't watched those guys. I haven't watched those guys. And no Diddy, but Wilt is just so like thick, bro. Like Wilt is built literally like Dwight Howard, bro. Like Wilt Chamberlain is built like just a freak athlete, bro. No training. Just a straight up specimen. I'm sorry, Jay. Pause it, do whatever. I'm just telling you what I see, man. The dude is a literal Olympic athlete, but just with no training. There's footage floating around of Wilt, because everyone's like, oh, where's the 100-point game? There's a footage of the dude scoring 73. This is what you guys don't know. There's a footage of Wilt scoring 73, and it's y'all gotta go find this footage. It's all fadeaways. The dude is shooting fadeaways, bank shots. I said this dude would have been unstoppable today. The dude looks like Embiid. Like, I'm dead serious. The dude's hit like 5 or 6 fadeaways, bro. Yeah, all right, not your average. Okay, like, you know what I mean? He's built like he's. Bro, man, y'all know what I mean. Like he's what I meant was like he said he's built like Giannis, but I meant like I don't even want to say it again. Like, y'all know what I mean? I just mean he's big. Man, whatever, bro. He's more muscular than freaking Giannis, dog. Like, y'all know what I mean? Like, he just has more size to him. Like, he just has more, like, because I don't want him to just be like he's fat. Like, I don't mean it, but I just mean like his whole build is just wider than Giannis, bro. Like, dang, dog. Y'all making me spell it out. Like, I just meant like he looked like someone who's super muscular, but just like with incredible agility. I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all got me effed up in the chat, man. Pause the last 3 minutes of this nonsense, bro. Jeez. But because I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie. I've been listening to y'all. I'm sitting here thinking these guys are plumbers and the Bob Cousy's and all that, but the Jerry Wests, and I see this dude Wilt flying and Bill Russell flying through the air. Yeah, Mateo, that's a big point. Man, Spade, bro, delete the stream, bro. Delete the stream, bro. Sheesh. Delete the stream, bro. Yo, Lakers had 14 steals in this game. I'm sick, y'all. I gave this one away. To only lose by 2. Perfect, Mateo. There you go. Perfect example. He's got like Gobert's frame. And Giannis's athleticism. Papa, bro, you came into the conversation late. Baltimore set the precedent, bro. We ain't talking about no questionable championship wins. What does that mean? I want to talk about a questionable championship win. Talk about the bubble. What are you talking about? We don't talk about no questionable championship win when Jokic was playing a play-in team. Like, y'all don't do that. Like, y'all take this logic and apply it wherever the crap you want. You know what, Papa Willie? You can rank these dudes wherever you want to rank them. But I'll tell you what, I go to the gym, I see these kids, these 14, 15 years old, they ain't playing like LeBron. So, don't get me started with that crap, because that's exactly what it is. People talking about, oh my God, if you don't have LeBron in your top 3, man, what are you doing? What if I did an influence top 3? How about that? What if I did an influence top 3? Then what? It's Jordan, Dr. J, Kobe, Iverson, and Steph. Then what? What if that's my top 5? What are you gonna do? What if my top 5 was Dr. J, Jordan, Kobe, Iverson, and Steph? Then what? What are you gonna do? Oh man, well, everyone wants to be like LeBron. Huh? Who? You never hear from these guys. These guys never answer those questions. By far, Mateo, this dude Curry done changed 10 years of basketball. Completely. And I know because I'm sitting here trying to make slider sets. Dudes were shooting 22 threes a game. Now they're shooting 60. Who did that? In the quote unquote LeBron era. Y'all stay having me effed up, bro. And that's why these dudes stay mad. It ain't nothing wrong with that. So when people say, oh, like, what do you base your list off of, Shady? How do you have this? How do you have that? It's everything. It's influence. It's situation. It's running from the grind. It's teaming up with 2 of your top 5 players in your own draft class. All of that stuff matters. So for me, influential, if I had to rank it, Mateo, take care, bro. If I had to rank influential for me, this might be weird, but I'm gonna do it. You know what's funny? I'm actually not gonna do that because I don't think influence is the same. I don't think anyone influenced the actual game of basketball more than Curry, right? Like, this is crazy, what we seeing right now. This is crazy. But Allen Iverson, bro, dudes wasn't even wearing headbands. Dudes didn't even have tattoos. Dudes wasn't even wearing arm sleeves, right? So Iverson did that. A lot of people still wearing number 3. But then Kobe, this whole young generation, he influenced all of them. Book, Tatum, Shea, all these boys. Kobe, bro. And obviously, Jordan influenced Kobe. And Dr. J influenced Jordan. You know what I mean? I agree. They all influence each other. My bad, y'all. I'm just checking the score of this Laker game. Warriors up 10. Looks like they're up 11. Does KD get any shout outs for influence? Because dudes like Wemby, Chet, Cat would be playing like Shaq if KD didn't play the way he played at his height. Well, Smooth, I'm going to say no, and I don't want you to take it the way I think you're going to take it. The reason, well, like, of course he gets credit for the influence because Chet's comparison, anytime you see somebody who's 6'10", they think they can be KD. So, yes, but my counter to that, though, again, it's not about deserving. I'm just saying what I see. None of them dudes are like KD. That's like where it gets a little foggy for me. It's not that he don't deserve the influence for them boys trying. I'm just saying it's the same thing with Steph, really, when you put it that way. Like, these dudes came out shooting like Steph. They ain't hitting like Steph. You get what I'm saying? So, but Smooth, whenever it's time, I'm always the person that wants to give Kevin Durant the flowers. Always. That's always me. And it's only me. Cause we done let the internet F up this dude's whole legacy. But that ain't gonna work with me. Cause shoot, I seen it. I was there. I was there, bro. I ain't gonna let people act like KD was some guy, some dude. Bro's just one of the most unique, most talented scorers the league ever saw. He's in that conversation. Kareem, Shaq, just, you know, T-Mac. I always put T-Mac up there too. Shout out Carmelo, who just got his first ballot Hall of Fame. I mean, y'all like it or you don't. I got Embiid in that conversation. First center, just average over 30 a night in 40 years. Just dominant offensive forces. Kevin Durant is on a short list. Obviously, Wilt belongs in that conversation too. When I remember right around the time KD won that MVP, I thought the trajectory was going to push him over LeBron. I thought it was going to push him over LeBron. It didn't, obviously, and nobody's saying that. I don't want any of the LeBron fans. Oh, Shady said Kevin Durant's better than... I didn't say that. I just saying that's where I thought it was headed. But this dude fumbled the bag, and he fumbled the bag by letting outside influences tell him what to do with his life. Yeah, listen, the only thing about KD, he's never really been a high volume shooter. He doesn't shoot it that much. It's like he doesn't shoot a bunch of threes, even. Shoots a lot more mid ranges than probably, you know, the analytics guys would like, but so unless he pulls like a Kobe, scores 60 on the way out, I don't know if Embiid is number one all time in points per minute. So I just laugh sometimes and say, yeah, hey, I said Embiid's the most talented scorer ever, and everybody freaked out. But that's just the stats. It's not that deep. Nobody scores at the rate Embiid scores. And the one thing people are always going to, I think, forget with Steph, a lot of people don't know or remember this guy went, and I'm obviously hyperbole, but This dude went like 2 years without playing the fourth quarter of a game. Like the Warriors were ending games in 3 quarters. Steph and Clay and them weren't even going into the fourth quarter. Game's over. Yeah, Embiid did put 70 on Wemby. But yeah, what did Embiid have? 70, 18, and 5? Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. But let Jokic have a 60-point triple-double. But a lot of people don't even know about Embiid's best game. Embiid had one game, I think he had like 59, 11, 8, and 8, I think. And I said it on Twitter. I gotta go look at it. I remember it was against the Jazz. I said I just said it. It was respectfully, that's the best game I've seen played live. That's just. I mean, that was a year Embiid was. Personally, I'm going with Embiid. Obviously, I don't think anybody in the chat's surprised by that. This dude was doing double step back threes at 7 foot. He was just doing a lot of stuff we had never seen. So you guys already know where I'm going with that. That's never been. I mean, if you score less and are not as good a defender, what does that look like? How's he better? I'm just asking. You know me. I just ask the questions, guys. I just ask the questions. I be chilling, I just ask them. Yo, Mike, what's good with you, man? He said 2014 KD or 22-23 Embiid. Which a lot of people don't know. 24 Embiid was actually better and on a better pace. He was averaging like 35, but he got hurt and tried to play through it, and all of his averages went down. But people don't know about that. They just get on Twitter and say he's load managing for some reason. The all-time score, and I want to be clear, again, the LeBron fans gonna have to deal with this one. That record, this is me. I'm not asking nobody else. I'm not asking anyone's opinion. You gotta respond. That record means absolutely nothing to me. That record means absolutely nothing to me. And I don't know. I think the difference with me, and again, I'm not like trying to get into all that. Like, I think a lot of people look at me and they don't realize like how much sports I played. Like, and I played varsity basketball, football, baseball, and golf, right? I was on all of those teams in high school, right? Like, what if you had like, I'd be wondering, like, do y'all play sports? Like, what if you had a teammate that said, I don't really care about winning, I'm just trying to score the most points? Like what? Like, what do y'all be talking about sometimes? You play, shout out Herm Edwards. You play to win the game. Yo, Thunder 64-12 is crazy, by the way. Just saying. But you play to win the game. And that's why for me it's all about winning. Thunder need to pack it in. Shay's got the MVP on lock. Congratulations to him. I think he should have been back-to-back MVPs. Spade, I still don't know what a questionable championship is. If I had an example of a quote-unquote questionable championship, it would be the bubble. But I don't know. Warriors would have lost in 7 if Nuggets were healthy. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Oh, 22? I mean, dude, we can do that literally all day. Like, come on, bro. What, come on, man. What if freaking Clay and KD don't get hurt against Toronto? Like, come on, bro. We can do this all day. Everybody's injured all the time. I'm a Sixers fan, bro. We not doing this. We hurt every year. What? Wait, what? Wait, what? This is breaking news to me. Pardon me? I have never heard that once before in my life, ever. What? The 22 championships, in my opinion, if you wanted to weight rings, not wings, rings, is one of the strongest championship teams ever. What are we saying in the chat? What's this? Huh? I've never heard this discourse. This is brand new. What are you saying? That's why you guys are so easy to expose, because y'all take these hot takes That's crazy. I'm the only good one here. That's the craziest thing I've heard personally. I've never heard anyone say that before you. To be honest with you, I just do not know what you're talking about. Can we just pause for a minute and bring up the 2022 Golden State Warriors roster? you got freaking Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole elevated. What are we doing, bro? I don't have time for this. This is a waste. I'm not doing this. Y'all can do that in the chat. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then they get to the championship and they beat Boston. And y'all, because I'm going to switch gears a little bit, but y'all are so annoying with this crap. Because watch this now. Nobody picked that team to win the finals to start the playoffs. Then when they win, it's the same thing with the Eagles. It's the same thing with the Eagles. Nobody picks the team to win anything, and then when they win it, that's one of the weakest. Y'all tried that crap just last year. Y'all know I hate the Celtics, by the way. Y'all know I hate the Celtics. These dudes were picking Dallas in 6, Dallas in 5. and they got dog walked. And then it's like, oh well, how was Luka supposed to blah 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 blah? When all the time they were talking about, oh well, PJ Washington and blah 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 blah. That's what you guys were doing. Yeah, I always bring the Eagles in it because this crap is crazy. Well, the only good one here, man, open up a freaking psychic stand or something, bro. What are we doing? Well, way to go out on a limb there. The only good one here. Like, come on, man. That is insane. I'm sorry, bro. That roster was nonsense. Freaking oh man. Dang, Giannis 35, 17, and 20. Are you serious? Oh, against the Sixers. I didn't even watch it. Giannis makes history with freakish triple-double is the headline. Yeah, I was looking at halftime, and it was close. I said, yo, Sixers, bro, you better lose this, bro. We trying to get Cooper Flag. 35, 7, and 20 assists? 35, 17, and 20? Can't lie, guys. That's pretty crazy. Bro, we finna... Sixers need to start losing. We need everybody to start losing, bro. I need the Sixers down there with Charlotte, bro. Yeah, 20 assists for Giannis is crazy. But shoot, y'all. Yeah, I was on the fence about playing another game, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna call it here. I might run a little bit of a test stream tomorrow. I don't know how many of y'all are into Call of Duty, but they brought Verdansk back, so I'm gonna see if I can't get some of my boys on, and I'm probably gonna stream that for a little bit if they actually get on. We'll see. But probably stream COD tomorrow. Do something a little bit different on a Friday. I don't usually stream on Fridays, but we'll see what happens. Hit up COD tomorrow. Hit up Madden on Saturday. My birthday's on Sunday. So I won't be around on Sunday. So and then yeah, we'll be back with our regularly scheduled programming. As a matter of fact, what I will do, because I ain't gonna lie, I thought that game actually played pretty good. I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna share this scenario for those of you that want it. Upload this scenario because this one actually played pretty decent. Not gonna lie. This one will be hashtag Shady. Hold up, I just got a message. Oh my God. Anyway, sorry guys. Just got distracted by something crazy. But anyways, this one's on Shady 0404. For anybody that wants that. Jay, we definitely hitting on Madden Saturday night. So I'll be back for that. But yeah, I appreciate the support, y'all. Like the stream on the way out. I'll catch you on the next. It's your boy Shady. Peace. Threes.